Yet another huge leap forward in microjet designing. Now that does sound crazy, but I'm literally just reading the box here, guys. It says it right there. We have the all-new MinimumRC T-45. Now, if you guys don't know about MinimumRC, they're a company that makes these very small, very well-designed airplanes. And a while ago, they were kits. You had to fully assemble them. Now, I did assemble the Stearman. It took me a ton of time, and I moved my desk wrong and demolished it. This one right here comes pretty much the way you see it. The fuselage, everything's built already. You do have to glue on your elevators. You have to glue on your vertical stab. You have to connect the servo arms, which are pre-installed. You just got to open up the little thing there and connect it into the horn. And same thing with the main wing, guys. You got to just glue on this cover, and you're ready to go. Now, it is cool. I did fly it once in front of my house. I don't think I could slow this down enough to fly it in my backyard. I might attempt it, but I brought it to the field because I kind of want to get a full feel for it, right? And see how it performs before I try flying something like this. Now, normally something this size and this weight is great for a backyard, but they are EDFs. Now, EDFs, they don't get up to speed as fast. So if you're about to stall, it takes a second to throttle out of it. And that's my only fear with flying something like this in my backyard. Now, like I said, ready to fly. Comes with a little 180 milliamp 2S battery. All the servos, the ESC, everything is pre-installed. And it comes with this little remote right here. It's a MinimumRC remote. There are 3 flight modes. We do have a self-leveling gyro, so, something a beginner could fly. Blue is going to be stability mode, and then red is gyro off completely. Now, you don't have to get this and ready to fly. They do make this as a plug and play, and I think it's like 80 bucks. Or you get a bind and fly with pretty much any protocol for like 110 bucks. T-45 is not the only model they have either. They have a bunch of other jets, but all that sounds great. It's more like, how does it fly? So let's get this thing turned on. Let's get it in the air and see how she goes. Now, I am liking these little jets, little fly anywhere jets, I'm gonna call them, because of the weight. These things are extremely light. You don't have to comply with the FRIA rules or remote ID or any of that fancy stuff. So let's get this thing on the floor. Let her initialize. My batteries are falling out. All right, now we're in. I had this thing tucked away in the car. All right, we got juice. Now, guys, like I said, on the remote there, you see that light? Oh, that's the light right there. So green, blue, red. I'm going to take it off full gyro on. Now, let me show you the gyro. So essentially, if you're turning, you see I'm not touching the remote, how it wants to bring it back to self-level. Then you could do stability mode or gyro off completely. Now, what I will say about this, the wheels are pretty much, I'm not going to say for show. I think they're there just to protect your control horns, because obviously if they weren't there and you landed, probably messed them up. But I don't think we could take off with it because it's going to turn by itself. So unless I get that perfectly dialed in, I don't think we're taking off. I think I'm going to have to hand throw it. Yeah, let's give it a quick hand toss, and we'll see how she goes. Alrighty, about 40% power. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna slow it down. Let's see if we can fly this in my backyard. This is the backyard test. You know what? I probably could. The thing is, I'm full elevator right now, so maybe I would have to pull that battery a little bit backwards. Let's do a speed pass, then I'm going to take off the gyro, and we'll see how she performs. Take off, self-leveling rather. I'm going to come down full speed, throttle's on. Nice, little 30 millimeter. I like it. All right. Self-leveling's coming off. That was the slowest roll I have ever seen. Did you? But I tell you what, it's very controllable with the gyro off. So if you guys are like big no self-leveling guys, yeah, you're gonna fly this no problem. Now I will say I would fly this way better if I was using my protocol, which is Spectrum. And I'm probably going to get rid of this little remote, but that's all right. It's not a bad remote. It's just like for guys like me that's so used to carrying my Spectrum remote, you know, a little Expo and stuff like that, it'll definitely be a lot better. Let's get a nice low and slow pass. You can see how cool this thing looks in the air. Guys, a micro jet, man. This thing is sick. Look at that. Find me another jet that flies this slow with an EDF. Amazing. Now, MinimumRC, I said it in the beginning, man, they have been making airplanes for a long time. Normally, they were kits. I love all of their old, like their Fokkers and stuff like that, tri-wings, all those crazy planes. The thing is, they just take so long to set up. So I'm hoping that they take this jet style ready to fly and make those available too, because I probably would collect every single one. Not only, you know, do they fly well, but they look really good sitting on a shelf as well, right? So like this thing doesn't take up a lot of space. You know, if you have a garage, you could have 15 of these models showing them off, and you know, you're not losing a ton of space. I realized I did all left turns instead of right turn here. Guys, my hands definitely are not used to this remote, bro. Now that's completely hands off. Hey, look at me real quick. What are we at? We're at like 40% throttle. Oop, she started pitching down a little bit there. Now, because it's such a small motor, small servos, you're gonna get pretty good run times on 180. I think they're saying 5 to 6 minutes. So that's not terrible. You know what I'm gonna do for the next video? I'm gonna bind this to my iX14. I'm gonna set the travels the way I like them. I'm gonna set the Expo the way I like them, and we're gonna get this thing back out and we're gonna fly it in my backyard. Because if I shut off that self level and have everything tuned the way I like it, I feel like I could definitely fly this in that small space. I'm trying to mimic like how big my yard is, and it's like, you know, I do have those trees in that corner, but you know, I throw it, I could definitely just take off over the trees, fly over my neighbors' houses, which I know a lot of you hate when I do, but I have fun. So MinimumRC, I'm loving it, guys. Changing the game. Micro jets. What's the other ones that they have? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Was it a little MiG? I can't remember, man. All right, let's bring her in for a land. Very cool. Oh, circling around. You know what it is, man? I'm trying to line it up with the rudder, and I don't actually have a rudder. Little 3-channel. Elevator, ailerons, throttle. Oh, good thing we got a durable landing gear. Yeah, man, MinimumRC. I think it's cool. I think it's a lot of fun. Like I said, little 3-channel. I think you're gonna see a lot of these. I mean, I don't know why not. You know, for the price point, for what they are, like, look how cool that looks. Just a little scale T-45. I think I want to collect all of these. Like, Minimum, if you're watching this, please make those old Warbirds the same way. Like, just that I don't have to spend a day or two building it, because I would buy every single one of them. But yeah, little crisp flying plane. The gyro seems pretty good. I think it would be a lot better if you're using your regular protocol. Not saying this is a terrible remote. You know, it does the job. It's just, you know, a lot of us like using Expo and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in this, the link is down below. And as always, I appreciate you watching.